Although an unexplained phenomenon, there's a place on the outskirts of Mayfield, Nebraska, where the sun does not shine.
That's a great way to start this one up. So, we actually could have covered this in our last blog, but we completely overlooked it, and I don't know how the hell we could overlook something this ginormous.
My madness is spreading through the interwebs.
The head of research and development for Capcom, Keiji Inafune, or however the fuck his name is called. I'm just gonna call him...
Let me look it up.
That Capcom guy. I don't know.
I will present the exact pronunciation of his name because I am an anime nerd, and so I've learned the Japanese pronunciation of Romanized Japanese. Keiji Inafune.
Keiji Inafune. Okay.
Tendrils of Madness.
After 23 years, is done with Capcom.
It's a bittersweet thing.
Yeah. There's he pretty much said it in an interview with with the representative from the Japanese gaming magazine 4Gamer.
4Gamer. I don't know how I found that funny.
Maybe because it's like 4chan. I don't know.
Hell no. Anything to 4chan is not funny. It's just an insult to what you're ever comparing it to.
Here's a little thing. Before Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright was announced, Inafune pretty much was praising Level 5 Studios for what they were doing. Like, what kind of directions they were taking with their games.
Yeah. I don't know what they make other than Layton.
They used to be PlayStation-only stuff.
Ah. And now they're working with Nintendo handhelds.
Yep. I did a little bit of background research on Level 5 before we started this.
Research in a YouTube video? This is madness! Tendrils of Madness! There, you cannot do this 300 reference!
Madness! This is a crappy reference!
God, it's such an old reference.
Fucking magnets.
You were what, 15 when that came out?
Jesus Christ, it's been that long?
I'm a legal adult now. Although emotionally, I'm still 12 years old. Which is why I swear all the fucking time.
So Inafune pretty much cited several reasons why he left Capcom. Mostly due to what's happening in the Japanese gaming market, where basically you are guaranteed some sort of salary, whether your games do well or not.
Ah, so they're salarymen.
Yes.
There's a fly attacking my screen right now. I'm chasing it with the cursor. Yeah.
Let's just move on. Jesus Christ. Why did you even bring that up?
Because it's happening. I don't know. Because I'm crazy.
I'm not doing that joke again.
Because I'm crazy. I should grow a beard and put a pot on my head.
I'm just reading the translation of that interview. It's
I skimmed.
It's on a thread. It's on a thread on NeoGAF, which is pretty much the premier gaming forum. I'll put a link to the thread in which this interview is in the description of this video.
He made me skim through it. Honestly, after reading it, I actually care less than before reading it. Because he's going on to do other stuff, some of which is going to involve video games.
Yeah.
That was the Far Side book that I was reading. It just fell. Freaking basement ghosts. It's like that movie Paranormal Activity 2. Oops, I spoiled it. Who fucking cares? It's Paranormal Activity 2.
God.
The ending of the latest Saw. The chick dies.
Of course.
For no reason, because she had nothing to do with anything. I hate Saw. Grarg! Alright, anyway.
Roar.
After that little rant. Sidetracking.
So Inafune was pretty much the voice for Capcom for the longest time. So how would you replace this?
With another guy?
With another salaryman?
Well, what people do they have left that were from the early stages of the company?
That's a very good question, actually.
Use the next best guy. Go from there. That's really all they can do.
Yeah.
Especially if they're going to take heed to what he said. If they're not, they'll just hire another guy, pay him a salary to talk about Capcom.
Yeah.
But other than Resident Evil 5, Capcom has proven themselves to be quite intelligent.
Yeah.
I just made fun of Resident Evil 5. I feel so happy. I can't even get through the demo. It's so bad.
It's like they took all of the actual survival horror aspects of Resident Evil and just chucked them aside.
It's like Resident Evil 4 if there were no puzzles.
It's like Resident Evil if it was an arcade style.
Yeah. And not even House of the Dead. It's not even an on-rails style type thing. Although
it's a thing where you can dump your inventory after every chapter.
Although arguably, it is kind of on rails because of the very little actual exploration or collectibles.
Yeah.
Especially compared to the earlier installments. It almost feels like you're playing House of the Dead, only with slightly better voice acting.
Yeah. Friggin' Wesker.
Dude, Wesker is the only reason to get that game. Wesker was the only reason to see the latest Resident Evil movie. I don't care if the chick's hot. I hate her character. Fucking Mary Sue's. The biggest thought from the latest Resident Evil movie. Wow, glad that one chick who was covered in dirt and shit was able to do her hair and makeup before they got on the plane. In the middle of a field of abandoned airplanes.
Oh, whatever. Crazy Hollywood.
There is no good video game movies. Except maybe... Tell me a good video game movie.
The first Mortal Kombat one?
That was okay, yeah.
It was watchable.
Yeah, it wasn't...
That's all I'll say.
I honestly can't think of anything. And you can't say Tron, because Tron was actually the first game tie-in to the movie.
Yep.
Which are so prevalent these days. Although, there's some that, they'll get an occasional hit with the movie games like Despicable Me, which the movie itself is good, and the games are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Because they anticipated the fact that people would become fans of the Minions, so they just focused on those for the games. So it's not like a bad platformer version of the movie.
Like every other movie tie-in.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a Mega.
Either it's a bad platformer or a terrible shooter,
Yeah.
or a hybrid of both. Ugh.
I threw up in my mouth a little. Although, I would like to see a cool, awesome platformer shooter. I know they have those.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, never mind. I'm just going off of little thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
The madness.
In which raindrops keep falling upon.
But that doesn't mean that redness will soon be the color of my eyes. Yeah. How the fuck do I know that song?